Welcome to October's Ask Me Anything AMA. In this segment, we are going to go over the greeting, how we greet our patients as they're entering into the clinic. We're going to go over what my vision board looks like, and then we're going to go over one time-saving activity that every clinic needs to implement to obviously save time, energy, effort, and get us more focused on the things that we need to get done that are higher priorities. All right, the greeting. So I was recently in the clinic, and this has actually happened twice now, so I'll go over both scenarios. I walked in, clinic did not know who I was. So I get in, I'm like, hey, I'm just here to see doc. And I sat down and then I got to observe a little bit. Patient walks in. Okay, so there's two CAs behind the desk, one male, one female. The male was training the female. The male would be no longer at the clinic. So he was training his replacement. And she was probably, I don't know, 2 weeks into her training. So patient walks in, he knows what to do. He grabs the iPad, he starts doing this, and nobody's made eye contact with the patient. Nobody has looked up even. The two CAs aren't even talking to each other. They're both heads are down doing who knows what. The patient's done filling out his subjective on the iPad, and kind of he's looking at him, and finally patient goes, "Can I pay my copay?" And the gal looks up, "Oh yeah," and then she trots over to the computer and finishes him up. But it was just such an odd interaction because neither CA looked up, greeted the patient. They didn't use his name. The patient was directing his visit. That should not be how it goes. So let's go over what needs to happen. We always are smiling. We are always excited to see patients, and we always use their name whenever possible. If it's a new patient or newer to you, you might not know their name off the top of your head, but with our regular established patients, we always want to be using their name. So patient walks in, "Hey Susie, so excited you're here today. Go ahead and check in. Doc will be right with you." Just like that, smiling, we're looking in right eye to right eye. We're excited that they're there, and whatever else we were doing stops. You hear that door open, you see the door open, you're up, you're looking, "Hi Susie, I'm so excited. Hey, go ahead and check in for me." Oh, and let's take care of that copay so that you're always ahead of the patient. But we want them to know that they're important to us. So you have to greet the patients. This is reception 101. There's no reason that we are not doing that, because guess what? The patients pay our paycheck. So if they're having a great experience, they're going to pay forever. All right, next, my vision board. So we're actually going to go into the area that I have my vision board. So let's go ahead and tag out, and I will see you back here in just a minute. All right, welcome to my personal space here. And this is my pretty vision board. I have a couple different boards that I focus on and have content on. This is the pretty one. This is the one that makes me happy and gets me inspired. So I'm going to go through a couple different things that must be on your own personal vision board. So the 4 areas that you must have on your vision board is love, and family and travel fall under love. Health, what are we doing for our bodies, our mind, and our body, physical body? Career, what is going on in our career? What advancements do we want? And then money. So love, health, career, and money. 4 areas must be on your vision board. So for me, I kind of do have it laid out in 4 sections. This is my money and career. This would be my love area here. This is my personal development, so some of my health stuff, which kind of comes up in over here. And some money is up here too. So I have it combined a bit. This is a 3x4 pin board, and I am a creative scrapbooker, so I have a ton of random stuff on here. I redo my vision board on my birthday every year. So in September, this entire thing gets cleared down, and then I redo, because I think that my goals are reestablished on my birthday versus doing the New Year's resolution, which never works. So my reset in my life is on my birthday. So it's October, so this thing just got redone. So let me take you through a couple areas. Where should we start? All right, let's start with personal development. I love personal development. I love working on myself. I love learning and absorbing and just being on fire, and then being able to transfer that into other areas of my life and helping other people reach some goals through some of the things that I have learned. So it's just crazy. So every year I pick 3 things to focus on, and this year I'm in a hero's journey. So if you have known me for any time, you know that Darren Hardy is one of my heroes, and he started a program January 2021. It's called the Hero's Journey program. It's a 52-week program, and so I'm still in that. So that goal did not change on this board, even though September is when I reset things. Hero's Journey, Law of Attraction. I'm a huge proponent of vibrational and universal law. So I'm studying the deeper levels of universal energy and how we attract things. And then specifically through the teachings of Abraham Hicks and Dr. John Demartini. And then there is a little bit more biology of our makeup too that I'm studying via Bruce Lipton. So those are 3 things that I'm focused on inside of the Law of Attraction. And then the Ultimate CA Consulting, what you're seeing here, driving and striving to become a better CA, to become somebody who makes a bigger impact on the chiropractic industry as a whole. Very excited about that. So in my personal development, these are the 3 things that I am focused on this year. And then I just have some fun quotes in here. This one's one of my favorites. Writing causes thinking. Thinking causes an image. Images control your feelings. Feelings cause actions. And actions create results. If you have done anything with Bob Proctor, that refers specifically to the stick man. Basically, what we're putting into our mind is coming out in our results. And it all starts with starting to write down and putting ourselves in a positive environment. And then you probably can't see this one, but this is a caricature picture of, we'll say, old ladies, probably from the 50s or 60s, and they're on a roller coaster, and it says, the 2 gals in the front are having a fun time, their dresses are flipping up, and then the ladies in the 3rd row are just sitting there like Humpty Dump. So this one says, you can choose to live in the front row or the 3rd row. And so just reminding yourself that everything that you're doing, we need to be in the moment, we need to be enjoying ourselves. And life is about enjoyment and fulfillment, and we're the only ones that can choose our outlook on that. So I choose to live in the 1st row of my own life, enjoying and embracing all of the craziness that a roller coaster provides, which is our life. Up here is some of my travel stuff. I love to travel. You can kind of see down here, you probably can't. I actually have one of those maps that you scrape off where you've been. I've been to 4 continents, 37 countries. I love to travel. It is a #1 priority in my life, is getting to places. So I have a globe, the world observation decks, those big wheels you see. I have a goal to get to all of the tallest ones, and so far I've only been to 3 of the tallest ones. And then roller coasters. I actually do really love roller coasters, and so another goal is to go get on all of the craziest world roller coasters as well. So this is just my traveling area here. You can see this is me with one of my doggies. This is Piper, and then one of my other doggies is Bella. She might pop in here. If she does, I'll show you. A house to call home. Currently I live in a 1,400 square foot mother-in-law suite, and so eventually I want to nest in a little bit different area. So just kind of putting that out there. One day, like, I can see in my head what I want, and it will come to me when I'm ready and when that object is ready as well. And then over here we've got some goals. So the clinic goal this year is 1.2 in collections. Now, why in the world, as just an employee, would I have a clinic goal on there? Because I'm just as responsible for getting us to this goal as every other team member, including the doctor. So this is something that has to be on everybody's mindset, is making sure that we are all striving towards that same goal. So this is on my vision board. One of my favorite quotes that I've had for forever: what you do when it doesn't matter determines where you'll be when you have no choice. That's super important. That's a great way to keep yourself on pace, making sure that we're doing the things that sometimes we don't want to do. And if you push it off to tomorrow, you might be in a different situation, scenario that is uncomfortable. So what you do when it doesn't matter determines where you'll be when you have no choice. And then some other money goals up here. I bought a car last year, and I have a goal to pay it off 2023. Great goal. And then what am I bringing in, for me, my financial status. And then I've got some health goals here. You know, I want to be making sure that I'm drinking 100 ounces of water a day. And I'll tell you, that is a stretch for me. I don't really like water. And so you have to get around that. So flavored water, room temperature water, whatever it takes to get in that 100 ounces. If I get that 100 ounces once a week, it's a good week for me. But at least I have a goal for that. And if I come short of it, it's better than not having a goal for it and not thinking about it at all. And then just some other things that encourage me. So this is my vision board.
I can see it, I can look at it, and then sometimes I'll just stare and be like, oh yeah, or when I'm going through my world, what other things can I add to this that encourage me, inspire me, make me want to contribute even more, or light a fire under me to get me seeking out higher levels in my life. So that is my vision board. All right, let's head back in and talk about our last time-saving activity for the month.
And lastly, let's go over this month's time-saving activity, and that is a program called Stamps.com. So traditionally, we've all had to go to the post office to get stamps done, or if you've got a lot of packages, they need to get weighed out, so we have to go out and do those things. You can get stamps as you're in the grocery store line, wherever you're getting stamps from. Stamps.com is going to be the greatest thing you've ever experienced. There's a couple different programs too that do similar things, but I'm used to Stamps.com, so I'm going to reference Stamps.com. So it is an app that you just download on your desktop. You have your credit card on there, and it has everything that you're going to need to mail out things directly from your desktop, directly from your clinic. So you are not having to go get stamps or take the stamps, the packages to get stamped. Side note here, docs, anytime you have yourself or a CA that is on a mission to do something outside of the clinic, they are still on the clock and they are still liable. You are still liable for them. So let's say a CA goes and is dropping off stuff into the blue mailbox. Well, the time they left the clinic to the blue mailbox, they're still on the clock. Let's say they get in a car crash while it's happening. Well, now you have a workers' comp claim. So it is important that we can try to do as many things in the clinic so that we are not liable for things that are happening outside of the premise, in which we can control. Outside there, we cannot control a lot of things. All right, let me share a screen here so you guys can see what stamps look like. All right, so here's the program. I have it on my desktop. It's just a little button on my taskbar, but I logged in already. And so here's the different things we can do: stamps, envelopes, packages, internationals, and then we've got our history. And then you're going to want to order supplies through here too. So stamps is $20 a month. I think your first couple months are free, or they have some reimbursement program. So the $20 a month is cheap. So let's say that you were having a CA go and get stamps, or you yourself are having to go get stamps. I don't know, what does that take? Round trip. We have a close grocery store that sells stamps, but that would be 15 minutes. So 15 minutes every other week, plus the price of postage is going to be more than that $20. So the other great thing about stamps.com is with your membership, you actually get discounted stamps. So currently, I think the stamps that a regular stamp is 58 cents. And through stamps.com, it is 55 cents. So there's a little bit of a savings there. Plus, you just get a print right from your desktop. So you order all of your supplies here, and they have a specific stamp label sheet that you have to use, and that's fine. Order them in bulk, have it on auto ship, however often you're getting stamps, sending out things. You should know probably within a quarter, like a 3-month span, how many stamps that you're going to need. And the other great thing too is they've got these free supplies over here. So anytime you're going to need a priority box or an envelope, the bigger postage envelopes, these are all free. So you just say, hey, I need this many, and they will send those to you free. Now, why in the world do you need priority mail stuff? Because let's say patient, new MVC patient, you have to print out all of their new intake, all of their soap notes, and you might have 30 to 50 pages in that packet that's going to go out to the claims adjuster. Well, I'm going to send that priority mail because A, I want to know that I'm getting it sent to the right place. There's a tracking number on it, and it's like takes 2 or 3 days, so I'm going to get that money back even quicker than if I sent it regular mail. So that the priority supplies are all free, so you don't have to worry about using your own envelope. You do have to use a special label for the priority, and that's just, it's like a half sheet of regular legal size paper. All right, so then up into the stamps area here, you would enter in what type of stamp label numbers on there, and then you're going to ask yourself, am I sending a letter? Is it a postcard? Is it a large envelope or flat? And then you will need another supply item you will need in office is a scale. Just one of those simplistic ounce ones, a food scale, a stamp scale, mail scale. Get it on Amazon, it's gonna be like $12. So you're gonna weigh whatever you need to for this big flat. Let's say it's 5.4 ounces. Well, now the first class mail is going to come up at $2.16. I'm going to select that. It's going to tell me this amount here. I don't have any labels currently, but there's a serial number. You'd stick it in there and then print postage. So now I saved myself a ton of time. This package is going to go out today because the mail is going out daily at your office rather than, oh, we only go once a week to the post office. So that's a benefit. And then also you get specifically measured postage. So let's say you were using regular stamps. Well, this is $2.16. Well, you would have to put 5 stamps on there to make $2.16. So now you've just wasted, 40-ish cents where you could have been saving that in here. So stamps.com, great thing for you to get and implement into your office. It is a huge time saver and money saver. All right, so that's this month's AMA. I didn't show you my awesome, amazing skeleton shirt. Go and enjoy, have a happy, safe Halloween season, and I will see you on next month's AMA.